Hey everybody, my name is Matthew C. Fanua and I am super excited to share some stuff that I have learned about Sir Francis Galton. Now, many of you have probably heard of his famous cousin Darwin, but not too many of us have learned about the contributions that Galton did for psychology and for science. Basically, he was an anthropologist. He believed in something called eugenics, and he also talked a little bit about the nature versus nurture controversy that's going on even until today. Galton was born near Birmingham, England, and was the youngest of 7 children. Galton could read and write before age 3. By age 5, he could grasp any book written in English, and by age 7, he was reading Shakespeare for pleasure. Despite being gifted with intelligence, he had a difficult time at boarding school, and even though he was accepted at medical school by the time he was 16, he ended up dropping out when his father died. He found a great love of traveling and map making and started to study and meet people from all around the world. Such places included Scandinavia, Egypt, the Sudan, and the Middle East. He received several awards for his efforts and for his travels. Through his travels, he came up with a couple theories surrounding human intelligence. The most famous that he would be known for was eugenics. He believed that intelligence was defined by how acute your senses are. In other words, the sharper your senses, the more gifted you are. People develop intelligence from having a good inheritance and excellent genes. Since Galton believed that intelligence was inheritable, he argued that only intelligent people should mate and have children. This is what is defined as eugenics. After reading his studies and books, Darwin soon agreed with his cousin on this point. They both theorized that allowing the weak members of society to breed weakened the human stock, and that government intervention was necessary to pair people up and to promote good breeding to strengthen the human race. Now, while Galton's ideas were read and accepted by a lot of people, not everybody believed in what he had to say. For example, a social scientist named Alphonse de Candolle refuted Galton's claim and wrote expressing the importance of environment nurturing good scientists. After that, Galton rethought his position and he did a little bit more studying and found and noticed that those who wanted to become scientists often came from regions where science was promoted and accepted among the people. He then realized that while nature was important, the nurture part was just as important in cultivating good and intelligent people. He still wanted to control through eugenics the process of giving birth, but he also realized that yes, you do need to have a good environment to raise future scientists and bright, intelligent people. Galton was a pioneer in many different aspects of psychology and developed several tests that have influenced how we study different human populations today. For example, Galton devised psychology's first word association test. This psychoanalytic tool was created by him writing down 75 words, each on a separate piece of paper. He then would glance at each word, all the while noting his responses to them on a different piece of paper. He did this repeatedly until he found that the first responses to stimulus words tended to be constant. Also, the majority of the words he found were inspired from his childhood. Not only did he develop this type of test, but he was also the first to include studies of the nature-nurture question and the use of questionnaires. He also used studies of imagery, intelligence testing, and the development of the correlation technique. He became an anthropologist by studying and measuring the human body and behavior. In conclusion, while we may not agree with all of Sir Francis Galton's ideas, we can at least agree that he contributed so much to the study of psychology. He helped develop several intelligence tests that many have influenced the tests that we use today. He contributed to the nature versus nurture controversy and also to the idea of eugenics. and it's been a pleasure studying about him, and I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation.